It's March 1780. Smuggling along England's coast is rife and dangerous. Boxes holding parts of a mysterious machine have been smuggled into a small south coast town, and the chase is on to capture them. Especially the all-important 13th Box.
Smugglers. Danny needed to hide, and quickly.
Perrin was pleased that she didn't have to ride with Edmund. The more she was with him, the more she disliked him. He was, well, just so stupid. She was glad to be out of Cliff House too. Everyone seemed to be fussing about her. The maid was all right though. She was only doing as she was ordered. She hadn't said anything about finding her at the door of the library. The little pony made his way through the trees towards the cliff top. The salt air was different from the smells of the French countryside. As she approached the edge of the copse, she noticed two figures below on the beach. It was the two boys she'd seen yesterday. The taller one was throwing a stick into the sea. Perrin watched as the boys chatted intently. Then they began to walk towards her. She backed Pierre behind a tree, but they didn't look up. She leaned forward curiously and looked over the edge. She could hear the boys talking a few feet below.
So, what do you think's going on? Danny started. Will shrugged. Probably just smugglers, I suppose. A lot of them have hand pistols. Do they? How do you know? Will took a moment to respond. Beth is talking the George. My brother Jack says if smugglers catch you at night, they kidnap you and take you off on their ships. Will laughed out loud. Don't be daft. Nearly everyone in Christchurch is a smuggler, or at least takes in the spoils. Though I still keep clear of them going about their business. Them ships now, Will pointed. They're probably bringing in tea and brandy. Watch them often stop, and the tugboats will side up and lift off contraband, even in broad daylight. Riding officers turn a blind eye most of the time. So if it's for the townspeople, why'd they take the stuff further on carts? Danny asked. Depends what comes in, Will answered. The carts do to inns across forest and Bourne Heath, especially brandy. It's all organised. But Will started as stones tumbled down the edge of the cliff. Sam stirred from his sleep as the boys looked up, but could see nothing there.
Miller stood up. Meekwick Gin looked around the room with his sly, squinting eyes. "Brandy, landlord," he shouted. "Sit down," he said to Miller. He propped his stick against the wall, removed his hat, and took a seat across from him. "Well, found anything?" "Wherever they be, Mr. Gin, I'm sure they're not at Cliff House. I'll keep looking. No one in town has an inkling." Gin made a low growl. "My contact won't be held off for long. He wants his goods." "And what about Tarrant? Is he snooping around for the whereabouts of ours?" "Yes, he's had a man asking around the alehouses, but he's got nowhere, Mr. Gin." "I've been asked to a ball at Cliff House this coming Saturday night. I'm going. In fact, I've had an idea. Hopefully I'll do better than you useless people. I've told Pike, and he's come up with a plan. This is what I want you to do."
The boys climbed over the stones and scrambled up the hill to the castle ruins. They sat down between the arch of a doorway and one of the thick walls, hidden from sight. "I'm going to Cliff House," Danny started. "When?" "On Saturday, and you could be there too." "Me? And how's that?" "Father says they've been asking around town for help. You could volunteer. People have to go to the gates in the morning." "Danny, aren't you forgetting something?"
What? It's a great chance, Will. Will plucked at the grass. 3 days ago, Danny, we were fighting with Edmund Tarrant. I doubt I'd be let in. And if I did get in, what would happen when he saw me? I'd forgotten. Danny paused. I know. We can disguise you. You can put your hair up in a bonnet and wear some of Beth's clothes. You look just like each other.
No, Danny, no.
I will tell you now. Perrin told Will what she'd overheard. He laughed and shook his head. No, that can't be.
I like the 13th Box because it's an excellent children's adventure story.